HarperCollins and HarperAudio present Everyday Intuition: What Psychology, Science, and Psychics Can Teach Us About Finding and Trusting Our Inner Voice, by Elizabeth Greenwood. Read by Talon David. A note before we begin. Some names and identifying details have been changed. For Susanna, for going on the errand with me. Whoever cannot seek the unforeseen sees nothing, for the known way is an impasse. Heraclitus. Introduction. If the family that raised me had a motto, it would be, "We're fucked." The origin of this credo stems from an incident trying to exit a mall parking garage when the parking machine ticket was lost for all of 3 seconds. In those 3 seconds, trapped by the mechanical arm, our lives as contributing members of society were extinguished. Now we would live inside this garage forever. Goodbye, cruel world. We'll be huddled by the Nordstrom entrance in Zone B6 for the rest of our days. We laugh about this story because it possesses a deep truth about the worldview of its protagonist, the woman behind the wheel of the car, the one who could not locate the ticket, my mother. The shortest line between A and B is not, "The ticket must be here somewhere." It's game over. That moment represents a pervasive anxiety about the inevitable doom nipping at our heels, and, worse yet, the belief that we could not meet that doom and deal. We'd be fucked. We laugh because of how ridiculous this is on its face, of course, but also because of who is saying this. My mom is one of the strongest, most resourceful, most courageous people this world has ever known, and she has been led by her intuitive sense. My grandmother was Mennonite, and my mother grew up in a Mennonite-adjacent religion, Church of the Brethren, in rural western Pennsylvania. They believed in pacifism, austerity, and humility. The women in my family are seers. They connect with the dead. They get visions in dreams. They know when someone is pregnant before they have been told. My mother's mother loved to lead us on walks through cemeteries. Since she died, she has come to my aunts and cousins in the form of songs on the radio, in deer standing in special spots, in rainbows at family reunions. Being plugged into these experiences is powerful, and yet in Mennonite culture, one's own power is to be met with suspicion, especially for women. The diminishment of the individual in favor of the good of the collective is a central tenet of the faith. It also results in knee-jerk self-deprecation, so much so that having a bit of self-esteem is synonymous with pride, a sin. On my mother's side, this ranges from no one being able to accept a compliment to outright declarations of one's own stupidity. Intuitive experiences contradict those messages. Also, you come into this world steeped in original sin, which makes it tough to trust yourself. And experiencing intuition within an orthodox religion is complicated, too. Because what is that voice? Is it God, or your own inner voice? How to square personal knowing with abiding faith? That special knowledge became the source of shame for a great many women in that culture. And shame is such a tough adversary to tangle with. It's so bone deep that few of us can even name it. As Taffy Brodesser-Akner writes, "What is it about shame that always feels like the truth?" Intuition is considered a little bit shameful whether you are Mennonite or not. We are taught that knowing without knowing why is irrational, fanciful. Being plugged into the spiritual is often reductively considered woo-woo at best, superstitious at worst. And yet we know from experience that taking the intuitive route can have the greatest outcomes for our lives. Against all odds, my mom listened to her intuition, which led her down a very different path. She was the first person in her family to leave her community and go to college, where she started out studying chemistry, practical
Sample complete. Ready to continue?